I'm all right. I'm good. How are you?
I'm pretty good. Congratulations. Have you just had a child, a baby, a son, or have you had how long?
A little girl.
A little girl.
6 months ago.
Congratulations. Well, that's great.
Thank you. Yeah.
Do you like that?
Do I like it?
Yeah. Did you always want kids? Did you want?
Oh yeah, sure. Yeah, I love it.
Yeah. Did you come from a big family, small family?
Yeah, 4 kids. 4 kids. I guess it's sort of normal-sized family.
And when you, now that you're a parent, do you remember? Does it immediately connect you to what your parents were trying to do when they were raising you?
No.
Really?
No, not remotely. No.
Are you good at being a father?
I am, in fact. Yeah. I do all the stuff. You know, diapers, vomit. Yeah.
Really?
All the stuff. Burping.
Yeah. Do you change the diapers on a regular basis, or you did it once just so you could tell people, oh, no, I changed the diapers?
I try to do it at least once a week, so that you don't want to lose your...
But that's just about all a kid needs changed, isn't it? About once a week?
Yeah, twice at
That's the way
most.
it goes, yeah. Where do you live now?
I'm still pretty transient. I'm all over the place, between Europe, France, and Los Angeles. Yeah.
How did you end up living part of the time in France? That sounds very exotique. Exotique.
Very
good.
good.
Little French. Slide a little French in on you.
Starting to sweat. I went over there, in fact, about 2 years ago to do a film with Roman Polanski. And,
well, what was the film?
It's called The Ninth Gate.
Yeah, but he can't come to make films in the United States anymore.
So they say.
Yeah, he had to run because there was trouble. There was some trouble.
It's what I've heard. It's what I've heard.
So you went over there and you fell in love. I bet you met a woman and fell in love.
Yes, I did.
Yeah. Oh, good.
And then we had a baby, and
there you go.
fell in love again.
Yeah. And are you comfortable? That's sweet.
Well.
Are you comfortable with the French, with the culture, with the people?
Yeah, they're terrific. Yeah, the French are amazing. The language is not real easy.
It's different than English.
It is different than English. I'm glad you picked up on that too.
Here's all I know in French. I just learned this the other day. Grande vitesse. Grande vitesse. Grande vitesse.
Is that water? What is it?
No, it's supposed to be high speed, isn't it? Yeah.
And exotique, of course.
Très exotique.
Very nice.
And do you speak French?
I have learned a bit. I can understand more than I can speak.
Right. You know what we hear in this country, and people who travel sometimes they come back and they say, well, the French, they're aloof, they're snotty, we're uncomfortable around the French. Have you had that experience?
I have not, in fact. The stories that you get are that the Parisians have a tendency to be a little bit rough. But, however, I mean, if you were, you know, a waiter in a restaurant in Paris, and you know, some guy in mouse ears with a Polaroid camera and Bermuda shorts, you know, wanted to take your photograph because, hey, let's take a picture of the French guy. You know, you get mad too.
Yeah. I'll tell you something. Just between you and me, it would be lights out.
Lights out.
You know what I'm saying?
I understand.
Adios.
I understand.
I would stamp their passports. You know what I mean? How are the fries?
French.
We'll be right back here with Johnny Depp, ladies and gentlemen. The movie Sleepy Hollow opens November. The movie Sleepy Hollow opens November 19th. I can remember, maybe this is still going on, you would know better than I, the stuff about busting up hotel rooms and beating guys.
I've heard about that.
Do you still do that, or did that ever happen? You don't beat up people, that's somebody else. Do you beat up people or not?
Well, it depends on the situation.
Yeah.
I guess.
If somebody needs a beating, you're there, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I've had a couple of incidents, where guys were begging for it. Yeah.
But is there any way to explain it? Is it overblown? Is it inaccurate? For example, the hotels. Was there truth that you just ruined a hotel?
Well, not the entire hotel. A room.
But like your room, was that true or not true?
Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah.
I see.
Yeah, I brutalized the hotel room.
And what was the? I mean, it's none of my business, but I think we're all curious.
Yeah.
What had the room done to piss you off?
Well, yeah, bad taste in decorations. Yeah, hideous taste. Yeah.
I mean,
bad day, you know, just a bad day.
Frustrated.
Yeah, just a bad day.
You hadn't been drinking, hadn't been into the minibar. Were you in the minibar?
No, that was the only thing that was left untouched, in fact. You know.
But now, as you grow older and you mature and you have a daughter now, do you do that now?
Well, it depends.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, you know, if I have to.
But nobody really has to destroy a hotel room.
How do you know?
Well, you're right. I don't know, but you know, I'm 52. I've never had to destroy one.
Well, your day may be coming. You never know.
But photographers now, is there trouble with you and photographers? Is that right or not right?
At times.
Yeah. Well, how do you handle that? Because you're besieged as an international superstar. They're always after you.
I wouldn't call it that. I had an incident in London last year while I was making Sleepy Hollow, in fact. I was in a restaurant with my girl, Vanessa, and we were celebrating, you know, the fact that, you know, we were going to have a kid and all that. And it was
very
a
private, very intimate moment, yeah.
Very special sort of night. And as we were leaving the restaurant, there was a gaggle of paparazzi outside.
Right.
And I approached them, you know, in as gentlemanly a fashion as I could, and I said, listen, I don't want to be novelty boy tonight. I'd rather, you know, sort of skip all that. So let's just say we'll take this photograph some other day.
Well, see, now that seems fair enough. To me, it seems like they would have to respect you on a gentlemanly basis.
I had hopes that they would,
yeah.
But in fact they didn't. They were pretty aggressive, and I was speaking to them through an opening in a doorway, about like this, and just to my right, there happened to be a large chunk of wood, about yay big, kind of a 4x4, almost like a bedpost.
Right.
In
Debris
fact.
from a hotel room?
very possibly.
Could have been.
Yeah.
Laying around.
I might have slipped out of my pocket or something. Yeah. Just dropped out of my jacket. Yeah, just, you know, coincidentally was there, kind of a kismet thing, and they were pretty aggressive, as I said, so I smacked a guy on the hand.
Just tapped him on the hand,
As
just
you
like,
do.
Yeah,
you know, just you
right,
know, kind of like that. Sort of woke him up, you know, got his attention, and then I went outside with my plank of wood, and I said, okay, now let's have our photo session. Take the photo.
Yeah.
You know, go ahead. And amazingly, when you're holding a plank of wood, they don't want to take your photograph.
Right.
So I marched them down the street backwards, made them walk backwards, which was really nice. And yeah, I like those little touches.
Yeah.
And yeah, I had them for about 10 minutes until the police arrived. So they didn't take a photograph.
And the police arrived to help you or to help them? Who needed the police in this case? Was it you or them?
Yeah, I think that they called the police. I have a sneaking suspicion that they called the police, and yeah, they took me to what is called a custody suite. That's what they call it in there. And yeah, I spent about 5 or 6 hours there.
You know, Johnny, Paul and I have been doing this show for a long time, almost 20 years. I think I'm safe in saying, without a doubt, you were the coolest guy we've ever had on this program.
Oh, my God.
Isn't it cool?
Wow.
How cool this guy is, huh? You know what I want to do? Let's show people some of the movie. This is a classic story, The Legend of Sleepy Hollow. You play
Ichabod Crane. Yes.
Ichabod Crane, the Headless Horseman. Is that? Do I have that correct?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. And do you know what we're going to see in this scene here?
I think this is sort of part of an action sequence where we're running away from the Headless Horseman,
okay,
as one should.
All right, here you go. Johnny Depp in Sleepy Hollow. Take a look. Ladies and gentlemen. The film opens November 19th. Johnny, pleasure meeting you. Congratulations to you and your family. I'm very happy for you. We'll be right back, folks.